Hey, welcome back to my channel. Psychic Medium Jen Hall here. Thanks for joining me. This video is a little bit different. It's actually a response video. So it's a response to a question that I received on my membership platform website very recently. And the member asked this question just before we were actually hopping on to a live office hour call, but she wasn't sure if she was able to make it to ask her question in person with me. So she asked the question over the platform, and I was able to record a response for her and then post it to the platform website, where if you're not sure what that's all about, I'm going to link the details below to my website, to the join page of my website. I have two different memberships. One is a basic membership. It's just all my online courses, all my online content, very self-led, very easy to follow. And it's everything spirit related, spirit communication, connecting with your deceased loved ones, all that good stuff. $6.99 a month. So really super easy, super affordable. And if you are into just very much a self-led journey when it comes to opening up with spirit, fantastic. This is for you. The second membership is a premium membership. It's $14.99 a month, and it includes 2 live sessions each month, 2 live webinars, as well as usually 1 or 2 office hours, like what I'm talking about, where I'm able to kind of just open up my time over Zoom, and members can show up if they have questions, if they just want to be a part of it. There's a community aspect to it. We also do a development group, usually about once a month. Anyways, it's quite fun. But if you're looking for, plus you also get access, obviously, to all of the online content, the online courses, and every new video that I upload. And as we're communicating with each other, I do get questions from members, and oftentimes I will create these response videos. So the one today that I'm uploading for you guys is a response video to this question that I just received. And I just thought that it would be relatable and beneficial to maybe some of you guys out there. So let me know in the comments below if you can relate to this, if there was any little nugget in this video that helped you, and let me know what it was. Also, if you have any other questions, feel free to comment below and ask them. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for being here. Welcome to Spirit Speaks with Psychic Medium Jennifer Hall. Hi guys, I just wanted to hop on here because I just got a question from one of our Elevate members, and I wanted to first read it to you guys and then answer the question through a video, because I actually feel like so many of you can probably relate to this. So let me read the question first, and then I'll go through kind of my answer for this particular person. She says, "Hi Jen. I'm really struggling with connecting with my guides and those who have passed. My goal is to become a medium. Love, love, love the idea of making this connection. Whenever I close my eyes through meditation, all I see is the back of my eyelids. In other words, blackness. What can I do to move things along? I'm getting anxious. Also, is everyone capable of making these connections and becoming mediums?" So first, let me just address that last little portion. Yes, yes, yes. Every single person is capable of connecting with spirit. Every person is capable of essentially aligning themselves with source energy, God energy, spirit energy, your inner being, our own inner selves. We are spirit. So there is no reason why we cannot communicate and align with that which we are. So yes, absolutely, to answer the question about is everyone capable of making these connections? Yes, 100% yes. I believe that the reason why not everybody is walking around as a medium is, well, I think it's like there's multiple reasons for that, obviously, but there isn't an interest for everybody. Not everybody believes, not everybody wants to, not everybody even cares that much in order to do that. I believe that there are things that are blocking people from making really powerful connections. Again, I could probably make a whole other video on the reasons why maybe those connections aren't happening, but to just give you an idea, I would say that it probably has a lot to do with confidence, with belief, and possibly just a lack of practice. These are muscles truly intuitive muscles that we need to work and we need to practice with, much like a yoga practice or a running practice, or anything physical like that. We are absolutely using certain energy centers that we're not necessarily used to using, and we're using them in a very intentional way, in a purposeful way. So in order to, I believe, really gain full trust and confidence, we need to practice. We need to put those muscles to the test and really strengthen them over time, in order to, I think, fully make those connections. Now, I think that as far as being a medium, again, not everybody wants to go and do that as a job or as a career or to help other people or to be a medium for others. But if that's something that you desire and something that you're wanting to pursue, then yes, absolutely. The only reason why there might feel like as if there's blocks, or maybe you're, getting anxious around it, is because it's not happening maybe on your terms or on your own timing. In which case, Spirit would often say, it's time to just sort of get out of the way, let us do the work. So just kind of going off of that idea for a second, I would like to say that a lot of the time when I connect, especially when I'm connecting for someone else, so a client, I 100% put it over to Spirit. I have full faith, full trust. Obviously, I work with the highest beings. I have full confidence in what I believe in and what I know to be truth, which is that I will connect with loving light beings, for the greatest and highest good of everyone involved, yada, yada, yada. So, there's never any kind of question around that or fear around that for me. Sometimes fear can be a block, but basically I kind of go into a session and I just say, listen, I'm ready. I'm going to step back, kind of get out of my conscious mind a little bit, and I'm not going to analyze, I'm not going to overthink, and I'm ready to sort of leave it up to you. So putting full faith, full trust in Spirit is an important process with this. Now, as far as the meditation process goes, and I kind of giggled when I read her message about seeing her eyelids, the back of her eyelids, so just darkness, so not necessarily seeing something. I think it's important here to remind you that we have different senses, and that some of our senses are awakened and some of them aren't so worked. So meaning that perhaps if you're not seeing things, even if you're not seeing colors or flashes of light, or if it's literally just blackness, maybe it's time to focus on one of the other senses that Spirit might be trying to use for you. So perhaps there's too much of a focus in one area, maybe the visual focus. I'm trying to see something. Now, I understand also in the process of meditation, if the meditation is a guided one, and let's say it's one of my meditations and I'm guiding you down this beautiful white sandy beach, and you can feel the sand beneath your toes and the sun in the sky, and all you're seeing is black because you're seeing the back of your eyelids. I get how that can be anxious provoking and how that can be kind of frustrating. However, I also really feel that it might not be your thing to be primarily clairvoyant, in which case I would say, if you can't visualize what's happening in your mind, or what the meditation is guiding you to see, if that's not working for you, if it's in the form of a guided meditation and it's not kind of coming to fruition inside of your mind, then I would say do as best you can to feel the senses of what it feels like to walk on a white sandy beach with the sand beneath your feet, between your toes, the sun on your body. If you can't picture it, maybe you can feel it. So really kind of branching out with these different senses. Maybe you can hear the waves, how that sounds in your mind. So even though you can't see it, perhaps there's other ways of experiencing what the meditation is guiding you to do. And if the meditation process is really just this, I'm trying to just kind of sit in silence, this true meditation where we're trying to focus and, that non-thought place where we're not necessarily doing a guided visualization. We're just sitting and trying not to think. Maybe you have the not thinking part down pat, but again, you're just not seeing things, or you're not feeling like as if you're connecting with your guides, your angels, or your deceased loved ones. Perhaps, again, it's because there's too much focus on I'm supposed to see something specific. Not every guide or angel or loved one on the other side is going to show themselves to you in a visual way. So I would guess, and I know this about this particular person that sent this message to me, that she's very much a feeler. She's an empath. She feels what people feel, and she experiences, um, her life based off of the energy connections and the energy exchange with people in her life. So there's a very palpable intuitive energy to grab onto there. It just might not be the way that she's necessarily expecting it to come about. So I hope that kind of clears things up a little bit. If that was a question or something that you've been struggling with, I hope that gives you a little bit of insight, so to speak. If you're wanting really badly to open up your third eye and really kind of see clairvoyantly, because it's easier to trust, because of course it is, it's so much easier to see an image and to trust that image rather than trust a feeling or, a certain, I don't know, like an emotion or something kind of running through you, or just like a knowingness. If you're really wanting to open up that center, like the third eye center here, I would say practice in your awake hours. So practice when you're not meditating. Practice when you are, just driving in your car or going for a walk. And what we can do to open up our third eye in an awake state, so not through meditation, not through any kind of hypnosis or visualization process, it's just literally throughout the day, pay attention to the things that you see. Pay attention to the visual signs around you. Instead of asking for spirit to show themselves to you in a meditation, ask them to show themselves to you, or, turn your attention towards something very visual, a visual sign during the day, so that you can kind of really develop that trust between you and spirit, and start, I guess, trusting those messages a little bit more deeply when they come in a meditative state. So if you're out for a walk, ask spirit to give you some magical signs along the way. You can be very specific. You can say, I want to see 5 butterflies on this walk. That's pretty ambitious. So maybe play around with that, or start with something just super simple, like, just show me that you're here. As an example, I went for a walk not long ago, and I really just wanted to feel my grandmother around my granny. And I was like, Granny, just give me a sign. And actually, one of the multiple signs that I see and feel from her are rainbows. And I wasn't necessarily expecting to see a rainbow at all. So that wasn't on my thought agenda. And I was looking down. I remember it was kind of a snowy day, and I was looking down at my feet so as not to slip. And I was walking through a little wooded area, and I just felt this impulse, this message. It wasn't my granny's voice or anything, but it was just this voice. It just said, look up, pay attention. And so I was like, okay, like if I want her to come around, I need to pay attention. So I started looking up and looking around and enjoying this, the things that I was seeing around me. And then I kind of kept going, and it was beautiful. It wasn't necessarily anything super specific that would make me think of her, but I just appreciated that shift in my perspective on my walk, where instead of looking down, I was, looking up. My heart space was opened. And I kept on walking, and I turned this corner, and there was this huge rainbow in the sky in front of me. And I was literally brought to tears, because I don't know, it was just a split second of like, I was going this way and it was over here. And for real, had I kept my head down, I wouldn't have seen that. And so I don't know how that little story relates to what I'm trying to tell you here, but I guess the kind of message was, yes, there was a visual sign there, and I was able to ask, my grandmother to show me something specific. But also, I needed to keep my head up. I needed to be aware and be ready to receive in order to really play around with those messages and to see what, she was trying to kind of get my attention to see. So anyways, I digress. I think that is fairly clear. I hope it is. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section. But yeah, I think that sort of gives you a bit of an idea. If you're feeling frustrated, if you're feeling, lost a little bit in your processes with connecting with spirit and reconnecting with your loved ones and all of that, it could be just a little bit of a perspective change, and remembering that spirit will use the most effective way to them to communicate with you. So it might not always be through visions or visualization. There's other ways, plenty other ways that they can communicate with us. So hope that helps. Thanks, guys.